So you want to become an entrepreneur? Let me shoot you straight. A lot of people talking about how hard they're working as an entrepreneur, solopreneur, working from home, network marketer, etc. And in truth, they're hardly working at all. Let me give you the straight scoop. What it takes if you want to build an empire. 40 hours a week? You're not even in the game. 40 hours a week. You know what they call somebody who just puts in 40 hours a week in the workplace? Somebody who just does what's required of them and nothing else. That's not my job. That's not my job. Somebody else needs to do that job. They call that a person that just gives the minimum, a person that is quiet quitting. And some of you that are working 40 hours a week in your side hustle, you're quiet quitting. Now you're thinking that you're like, oh no, I'm really working hard. Sorry, at 50 hours a week, you just start to get into the game. At 60 hours a week, you can begin to experience a breakthrough. At 70 hours a week, you start to have major epiphanies when it comes to growth, attraction, getting the right people around you. And at 80 hours a week, now we're talking about people who are building an empire. That's the truth. You think you're doing something special by doing 40 hours a week? And those of you who just want to say, oh, well, what about life and work balance? The kiddie games are down the street. You need to go join the kiddie game. You need to go work for somebody else. And you need to go put in the minimum and to hope that they have a good retirement plan and hope that your 401k takes care of you because you're not meant for this entrepreneur stuff. Kiddie games are down the street, okay? You want to play this work-life balance stuff? Guess what? Build an empire, you can have all the balance you want. Now, do you need to do 80 hours a week for forever? No, but you need to do it to get to the velocity and the altitude that'll change your life. It's what's going to attract the right people. That type of passion, that type of intensity, that type of commitment, that type of work ethic is what is the price of entry for greatness. Step into obsession, not just the minimum. The entire world is filled with minimum disease people. What's the minimum I can do? What's the minimum requirement? What's the minimum amount I can get involved? What's the minimum effort I can put in? What's the least I can do? And what's the maximum return that I can get? You know what I would tell you again? The kiddie games down the street. The road to greatness, the road to an empire is paved in hard work. Go after it.